The strategic migrant. The strategic migrant is a migrant who the place he or she currently is not actually their end destination, is not where they want to be. But because they are strategic migrant, they are already strategically laying down the bed, putting down foundations to eventually get to their final destination someday. With this video, I'm going to give you one or two examples of how, in my words, I can explain what I mean by the word the strategic migrant. My current job had been my dream job for as long as I can remember. But back in the day, I decided to stick to my old place of work because it was easier to combine with my family and with my kids, and my kids were still pretty young. But because I knew that I want to be somewhere else, I was strategically already laying down the plans, laying down the foundations, and laying my bed well, so that when the time was right, I could move to my current new job. So I stayed at my former place of work, went back to school to get an extra degree, a bachelor in nursing degree, so that when the time was right, I could transition to my current job. Indeed, when my kids were a bit bigger, a bit more mature, who were at least big enough to do some certain things by themselves, I left my old job and transitioned to my new job. That is what I mean by the strategic migrant. A strategic migrant is a migrant that says, okay, I want to have this life, but I am yet not eligible. But because I am not eligible, or I'm not ready financially or mentally, you start laying down your foundation, start laying down your bed already. That is being strategic. You understand? You say, okay, you want to buy a house, but your current job, you just recently got your document, you just recently started working, and your current job had not given you contracts yet. You, as a strategic migrant, what are you going to do? To lay your bed, you are going to start saving your notarial money, your 10% money down already, even while waiting for your fixed contract. Another example is your current place of work, you don't actually like it. Yeah, but at least you know that one day you are going to leave this your current place of work to get a better certificate skill, so that will enable you to get a better job, alias getting a better life. But you don't speak the necessary required language yet for that next destination. What do? As a strategic migrant that you are going to take evening classes, combine evening classes with your current job. When you obtain the necessary language certificate, me myself will join you in prayer that they might sack you at your place of work, or you might look for a way near to go get the second degree, get a level up, and get a better job and make good money for yourself. Yeah, the same applies to you. Say, okay, you know what, my current place of work, I actually don't like it. I want to leave my current place of work, but the place you actually want to go is a bit far from where you live, which means you need a license. But that means you have not had yet your license. What do you start doing as a strategic migrant that you are? You're not going to leave that your work and go to the other work without a license. No, you're going to remain at your place of work. You're going to gather the money, start your license, obtain your license, and then you move to where you want to be. So this and more are few examples of what I mean by when I say the strategic migrant. Like I said earlier, the strategic migrant is a migrant that currently the place they are, they don't like it. Is it in marriage? Is it in life? Is it in relationship? Is it in job? Is it in legal status? They don't like it. They want a better life, but they are not yet at their final destination. What do they start doing? They start laying foundations, start laying the bed, so that when the time is right, they can take the move and leap of faith, and everything will move on majestically. That is what I mean by strategic migrant. Be a strategic migrant today. Thank you.